My name is José Morosoli, and today I will be presenting some of the results from our studies on public understanding of genetics. In the past, two major topics have been mostly studied in this area. One, the prevalence of genetic deterministic thinking and its consequences, and two, how genetics is portrayed in the media. The reason for this is because believing in genetic deterministic thinking is considered a complete exaggeration of the science, and it is associated with very negative social consequences. Better genetic literacy levels in the population are expected to promote realistic interpretations of complex genetics and avoid genetic deterministic thinking. This is the reason why there is so much interest in how media portray genetics, given that it's an incredible tool to promote genetic literacy among the population. However, the challenge that we face nowadays is there is so much content online that we don't know how to analyze it and how to assess if the way that media is presenting genetics on the news is actually accurate. Today I am presenting some highlights from our systematic text mining review of online media coverage of GWAS, and also from some of the surveys on public opinion on genetic testing and genetic literacy. Our systematic review of news included over 5,000 English language websites that mentioned any GWAS studies, and over 3,000 GWAS studies that were published since 2007. We identified GWAS publications using GWAS catalog, and then we established a research agreement with Almetric to access the database of news that have talked about any of those GWAS publications. Once we identified the news, we used some algorithms in R to transform the text in those websites into a database that we could analyze using RStudio. In summary, there were more and more GWAS publications and media about them every year. Most GWAS publications were not covered, but also we found that of those that were covered, 40% of all the news websites were using copy-pasted material from another website. The main finding was that 95% of those news would require at least a college graduate level of reading ability to understand them. We also found that clinical implications of GWAS appear more frequently from 2015 onwards, and that across years, mentions to ethical, legal, and social issues were low. We conducted a survey in families that had participated in genetic studies at GeneMappers, and also in general population recruited online via the prolific academic website. Among other questions, we asked them about genetic literacy, including a 33 statements test with true-false statements and a modified version of RealG, which asked participants about how familiar they are with several concepts of genetics. Sample characteristics can be seen in this slide. As you can see, there's a good spread of age. There are mostly women that participated in this study, and around 50% in every sample had a university degree education. We found mixed results in regarding to concepts of polygenicity in our genetic literacy sample, with differences between the Australian sample and the UK and the US one. So a high percentage of participants that agree or largely agree with statements that imply that human traits and human behavior are mostly determined by genes. It highlights current needs in genetic literacy and education campaigns in the field of genetics. Thank you for your attention.